Hey, back. Only got a few more minutes to go here till we get this thing in the oven and look at the finished product. Could come on over here for a second. Here are the apples and the caramel that have been, again, they cooked for approximately 8 minutes on the stove. Let them rest for about 5 minutes, and here's the result. The caramel looks fairly dark, which is good. I put my pinky in there, and it tasted delicious. When you're making the caramel initially, it might tend to foam up a little bit on the stove. Just adjust the heat accordingly. Lower, higher, lower, higher. You can give it a stir, maybe with a wooden spoon, just to get that butter to subside a little bit. Okay, you could also move it on and off the heat if you wanted to do that. So here we are with that. Let's go to the pie dough, the pâte brisée. So this is a very easy dough to work with. Way more than what you're going to need for one small tart like this. Like I said, the pan is about 8.5 inches wide, and so we're going to need approximately maybe a 10 or so, a 10 inch or so round to put over our saute pan. This is about right here, about 15 inches or so in circumference, or not in circumference, but a 15-inch round. So you can, I'm not sure if you can pick this up in a video, but we're looking at approximately, between say 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch thickness. Don't want to get it too thick, but again, it's very, very easy to work with. So we're going to trim some of this off to make it a little bit more manageable. And this can be saved, and it can certainly be rolled out and used for another day or another preparation. So that's still a little large for us. So let's just cut that down a little bit. Like I said, this is supposed to be on the rustic side, so don't worry about any little imperfections. As my wife said, she would, I don't. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. And we're going to want to kind of fortify the edges a little bit. So it's going to trap some of the caramel when we invert it. Okay, so that's maybe a little bit large right there as well. There we go. All right, that's fine. Now, we're just going to take this and put it over the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and kind of tuck this underneath like that. We won't need the fork. Just go underneath like this. Like I said, roughly fortifying the edges. We put this puff pastry on, or not puff pastry, we put this pie dough or pâte brisée on a little too soon, it might start melting with that hot pan. So that's why we want to let it rest for maybe 5 minutes or so. Right, here we go. So now we'll take a little knife. We want to create a couple of steam holes to let some steam escape so it doesn't make the pastry too soggy on the other side. So we're going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. All right, maybe 23 minutes, as much as 25 minutes, depending on the doneness of the apples. So we'll go over here, pop it in there like that. Timer, let's go 20, let's go 18 minutes. We'll start with that, and then what we'll do is we'll check it after 18 minutes and maybe move the pan around depending on if it looks like it's getting cooked too much on one spot or the other, and we'll go from there. So we'll see you in about 18 minutes.